Your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. I want you to keep your mindset on the higher vibrational mindset so you can keep living your life and going on this beautiful journey you got. I can't live here without you. We need all of you. You're all here. You have all a special reason, a special purpose, and nobody can do it just like you. This is Cynthia Toit, your TV host for Your Hidden Love Story. We're on episode 2087. And this episode is a continuation of Mending Your Heart series. And we're going to be talking about stop carrying their energy and cut the cords to that heartache. Ooh. You guys know the main reason why I go live on this show is I do believe we have all been misled and misguided by our emotional selves. And what do I mean by that is that I believe that our go-to emotion is of a lower vibration that is out of fear, doubt, insecurity, not whole enough, not complete enough, feeling like we got to prove ourselves out there to the world or to someone else, and that actually slows down your vibration, actually puts a stop to it, doesn't give you no momentum whatsoever. My goal here on this show is to flip that emotional story around to a higher vibrational one that would be from love and above, laughter, play, joy, happiness, peace and harmony, passion, desire. Come on, baby, let's get this show going and let's get your life going. Happy to see you guys all here. So let's see. Why does your heart still hurt? We're going to be facing the truth about that. Let's see. Do I have the right? Oh my goodness. I got the wrong thing open. Hold on just a moment. Yes. No, I do not want to save changes I made here. Hold on, you guys. There it is. How did I have the wrong one open? All right, stop carrying their energy and cut their cords to the heartache is the theme to an energetic detachment, reclaiming your own personal power. In this episode of Mending Your Broken Heart, you're going to learn how to stop carrying the emotional energy of someone who has broken your heart. When we hold on to their vibration, anger, rejection, sadness, we remain trapped into their story. So here I'm going to show you how to release what isn't yours and reclaim your emotional space with love and freedom. And first, we're going to define the the energetical cords. In simple terms, they are invisible ties we create through emotions, love, and even conflict. Energetic cords are invisible, intuitive connections that form between people through relationships, thoughts, and emotional attachments. These spiritual threads can transmit energy and feelings back and forth, accepting the person's emotional and physical well-being. They can be positive and negative cords. Okay, not all cords are harmful. They can exchange either healthy or unhealthy, depending on the nature of the relationship. We're going to talk about some unhealthy cords. We're going to talk about some healthy cords and some unhealthy ones. It's those unhealthy ones we want to detach from. And hello, everyone. That you guys are all here in the chat. I see you guys. Healthy cords. A positive cord can be from a source of emotional nourishment, empathic, and mutual support. For instance, a loving connection to a deceased family member or a strong bond with a supportive partner could be seen as a positive cord. But we're going to talk about a lot of those negative ones here on this channel tonight, because I want to help you guys find some tips and tricks and tools how do we deal with that. But part of it is becoming aware what it is. Okay, unhealthy cords is a negative or a toxic cord that can drain your energy and hold you back from moving forward. And this can manifest in physical and emotional symptoms such as feeling drained or lethargic or obsessive thoughts about the other person, mood swings and feeling emotionally tangled with someone else, or physical pain in an area of where the cord's attachment is. The heartbreak often leaves us still carrying someone else's energy, even long after the relationship has ended. This is called a spiritual residue that remains long after the romantic connection has ended. The lingering energy is complex, mixed with deep-seated habits and unfinished emotional business that were formed during the relationship. I'm going to help you recognize these energetic ties and give you tools to cut the cords with compassion and self-love towards the end. Okay. First thing we're going to talk about is why we keep carrying their energy. I'm telling you, can we just let it go? It's not as simple as we would just like to say, just let it go. Because we replay memories, words, and moments in our mind, feeding the connection. There are emotional loops with anger, sadness, longing, guilt, or what if we did it this way, or what if about that. And that's what keeps the cord alive, is those emotions. During the relationship, our routines and identity becomes deeply intertwined with your partner, and undoing this shared emotional bond does take time. There are psychological and emotional factors involved. Attachment and identity. In a long-term relationship, a partner becomes a very important part of your daily life. when the relationship ends, it causes an identity crisis, leaving a void where their present where the leaving a void where their presence once was. This causes us to unconditionally carry their energy as we navigate life without a part of our former self, like unresolved issues, unfinished conversation, unanswered questions, or even unspoken feelings prevent emotional and mental separation. The lack of closure can cause a person to replay scenarios and feel the lingering and weight in a relationship and unresolved narratives. Ideation. The mind often protects itself from pain by romancing past events and selectively remembering only the good parts of the relationship. And this can cause the energy that you feel to be fixated on a perfect vision of your ex rather than who they really were or who they really are. Many routines, from daily texts to weekend activities, are shared with that partner. And when the relationship ends, those habits are disrupted. And the absence of the person is familiar. Situations can be painful and triggers that causes their presence to be felt. Sometimes we have the fear of letting go. We believe that cutting cords means losing love forever. But letting go feels impossible because different parts of you are in conflict. One part of you might feel relieved that the relationship is over, while another part of you may be terrified about being abandoned or rejected in the future. These inner battles can make it hard to move forward because deep down, you are not sure which part to trust. Carrying someone else's pain or story blocks is carrying somebody else's pain or their stories block your ability to receive your own joy, your own love, and your own peace. Isn't it crazy? I mean, some of this stuff I'm learning I would have never known, so I'm glad I teach it here. I learn it and come and teach it here. So emotional absorption from a friend. I'm going to give you an example. So you meet a friend for lunch who has been going through a really difficult breakup. And as they vent to you, listen with care. You begin to absorb their feelings, and you start feeling their sadness, and you feel their anger, and you feel their anxiety. But when you first arrived, you were feeling happy and you were feeling energized from having a productive morning. But now, that all changed. The exchange during the conversation, your friend's sadness actually begins to feel like your own. Even though your own life is going really well, you start to feel the mood shift and you feel the weight of their pain as if it were your personal problem. After lunch, you feel exhausted and depressed. Even though nothing is wrong in your life, you've taken on their emotional burdens as your friend. And this is unreleased, stagnant energy that now clutters your system, leaving you drained and out of balance. Crazy, huh? Who knew that energy traveled like that? Well, there are signs. Signs that you carry. There's signs that you can recognize that you're carrying somebody else's energy, like feeling drained or heavy when you think of them, or constantly dreaming or imagining a conversation with them. Their moods still affect yours, even from a distance, and it doesn't matter how far the distance is. Difficulty moving forward in love and trusting in new connections and replaying old arguments or seeking closure that never, ever, ever comes. When you carry someone else's pains, resulting in what they call energetic clutter can manifest in various ways. The mood shifts. You may experience unexplained feelings of sadness, anxiety, and irritability. emotional exhaustion. You may feel drained or wiped out after school interactions, especially where there's people that were there struggling. And physical symptoms in some cases can absorb emotions, can lead to physical discomforts like headaches, fatigue, or feeling heavy, where your body's just feeling like heavy and oh my goodness, what just happened to me? And sometimes you don't even know, and it could have just been somebody that was close near you. Or it also has like blurred boundaries. You may find it difficult to distinguish your own feelings from those around you. So next we're going to talk about how to clear the clutter. To release energetical clutter and reclaim your emotional space, you can practice techniques like setting boundaries, actively deciding how much you can offer to others without compromising your own well-being. It's important to care for others without taking on their suffering. Next is grounding. Imagine releasing excessive energy into the earth by walking barefooted or placing your hands on a natural surface. This helps you discharge absorbed energy. Or you could use shielding. Shielding is like visualizing a protective shield, like a bubble around you, like a bubble of white light around you before entering an overwhelming situation. This creates a barrier against those external energies. And solo time, prioritize time alone in a calm environment to recharge and reconnect with your own energy. And also there's mindfulness and meditation, daily meditation and breath work. Yeah, that kind of breath work, deep in and out, can help you center yourself and distinguish between your own emotions and those absorbed from others. And then again, there is cord cutting, which we are going to talk about in just a moment, though. Okay, let's see. Hold on, you guys. Okay. There, you can also flip your emotional story around a better, instead of saying they left me broke, shift it to I am free to heal and grow. Yes, I am free to heal and grow. Or instead of saying they took my energy, shift it to I reclaim my energy and use it to light my path forward. And I'm going to put these here in the chat, you guys, so you can see what do we need to flip that story around to. And just so you can write those down if you wish and keep them in your notes if you're taking notes or in your mental notes. Or instead of saying I never will move on, shift it to I release what isn't mine so love has space to flow with me. So you guys, I did write a book. It's called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. It's over there on Amazon as an e-copy and a hard copy. Here, I'm going to send you over there to watch my little commercial, and I'll be right back, and we're going to talk more about cord cutting. All right, I'll be right back. And it's commercial break time. And what's she going to talk about on her commercial? Yeah, what's she going to talk about? She's going to talk about, did you know that Cynthia Toet, she's an author. She wrote a book this year called Flipping Your Emotional Story Around to Better. Yes, that's the book that she wrote, and it is on Amazon. It is an ebook and a hard copy, whichever you prefer. Go over there right now and grab your copy right now to see what it's going to take to flip your emotional story around to better. Okay, back to the show now. Woo woo woo, and she made it back. How you guys doing? I hope you're doing fine. Woo, woo, woo. I am. It is getting a little chillier here, so you know we got to find out a new system. All right, what is cord cutting? That's what we're gonna talk about next. Okay, energetical cord cutting is a method to release emotional ties that no longer serve your growth. You can use cord cutting rituals to protect your energy, heal from past relationships, and let go of lingering resentment and pave a way for new, healthier connections. A typical cord cutting ritual involves intention setting, cord cutting, and forgiveness and release. Knowing just the right moment for the ritual can boost the impact of the cord cutting, like, you know, if we can do it during a full moon. I think that would be a really good time, but you don't have to wait for that, okay? And here I'm going to actually, here are some few occasions when you might think about doing a cord cutting ritual too. At the end, after an ending of a relationship. This could be a romantic relationship, a friendship relationship, or even a professional relationship. If the relationship has ended and you find yourself unable to move forward, a cord cutting ceremony could help you let go. When you're feeling particularly drained by an individual is another time. If someone in your life is constantly leaving you feeling emotionally drained, it might be time to consider cord cutting ceremony. This can help you regain your energy and your emotional balance. When you're ready to move on from the past experience, could be another time. If you find yourself constantly thinking about a past event or experience that causes you emotional distress, a cord cutting ceremony can help you break free from the thoughts and move on. Yeah, selenite. Oh, yeah, selenite braid. Oh, we could use that for the cord. I didn't think about that. Thank you so much. All right, and or when you're unable to let go of resentment or bitterness. If you're holding on to feelings of bitterness or resentment towards someone, those negative energies can hinder your personal growth. A cord cutting ceremony can aid in releasing them. A cord cutting rituals offers a powerful way to release emotional attachments, promoting personal growth and a renewed sense of emotional well-being. How to do a cord cutting ritual? Cord cutting ceremonies will look different for everyone because of the experience. They can deeply be personal, but there are a few common steps that you can take, and that's what we're going to talk about. Grounding yourself through meditation or breath work. I kind of mentioned that a little bit above, but before starting the ritual, it is essential to establish a grounded foundation. This often involves engaging in meditation or breath work exercise to center your energy, fostering a state of calmness and focus. Visualizing the energetical cord connecting you on the individual or situation. So we're going to take the mental imaginary and allow it to heighten the awareness of the emotional ties that are being addressed so we know what cords we are cutting. Next is using the tools to cut the cord. I actually have the scissors, and we can imagine too, we don't have to have scissors, and we can imagine golden scissors or selenite. I like it. So using the cords is the act of cutting the cord is a critical step to the ceremony. This can be done through a visualization cord or with scissors to break from the emotional ties. Then, after the cord is cut, clearing your energy field is really imperative. This step involves removing any residue energies associated to the past emotional attachment. This may include visualization of smudging or smudging with sage or Palo Santo or other rituals aimed at purifying the energy surrounded around you. Constantly filling your space with feelings of love and compassion for personal healing and growth, because when you're cutting the cord, what happens, there will be a void in between, and so what we want to fill that void up is with the feelings of love and compassion so we can grow, do our own personal growing. And like I said, you can imagine the golden scissors or a light cutting cord. You don't have to have it. You can imagine that while you're doing this ritual. And again, remember, send them love and peace. An affirmation that you can use too is, I release what is not mine. I call back my energy now. Yes, I release what is not mine. I call my energy back now. And then we have the breath work. Exhale their energy out. When you're inhaling your own light back in. And exhale their energy. And the physical rituals can include journaling, writing their name on a paper and burning it, taking a salt bath for cleansing. And of course, you knew I was going to bring this up with the spiritual practices. Use a Ho'oponopono prayer, the EFT tapping, or you can go look at anything in my Gypsy's toolbox in the list, we can do that. So it is about reclaiming your personal power. Energy flows where attention goes by detaching and redirecting your power back to yourself. Healing isn't about erasing memories. It is about taking back ownership of your story. When you stop carrying their energy, you feel lighter, you feel stronger, and more open for new love. Remember, you are whole and complete and radiant without anybody else's energy weighing you down. And cord cutting is not about hate or rejection. It is about self-love, freedom, and peace. And I am going to, I have these steps all written down for, like, if you guys wanted more of an in-depth what that would be, what a ritual would be. The things that you will need is maybe a white candle. We want to have the white candle, or pink, white for peace, or pink for self-love, or purple for spiritual enlightenment. You want to just get the candles lit. And then you want to get a piece of paper and a pen, and you want to write down the person's name. And maybe you could even write down the energy that you want to release from that person. You don't have to, but it could be done. You get your scissors, or you can even use your hand as part of your scissors. Use your imagination, but if you're going to do the full ritual, you can get your scissors, or you can get your selenite. And another thing is a bowl of water with some salt in it, to represent cleansing. Okay, so the first step is to set your sacred space. You light your candles and you say, this light represents my love, my wholeness, my healing. Then you're going to name the cord. That would be the person's name that you wrote on the piece of paper. You place your hand over it and you say, I honor what was, and I release what no longer serves me. The next step is visualizing the energy cord. Close your eyes. Picture a cord from your heart or solar plex that's connected to them. Imagine it glowing, showing how much energy you've been giving away. And you know what the next step is. Snip, 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 snip. Yeah, take your scissors or your fingers or your selenite. And we're going to cut it with love. With love, I cut this cord. I reclaim my energy. I set you free, and I set me free. And then you take that paper and you tear or cut it into little pieces and put it in a bowl of water or salt. I would put it in salt water to dissolve the tie between the two of you. And the last step is seal with light. Place your hands over your heart and say, I call my energy back to me. My heart is whole. My spirit is free. My story is mine. So we're flipping our old story around to better. The old story is I cannot move on because they still have my heart. The new story is I choose to move forward because I reclaim my heart. That's what I have for you guys for the second part of Mending Your Heart. Stop carrying their energy. Cut the cords of the heartache. I hope you enjoyed the show. And for those that are watching the live show, what's next is the after show. It's revealing your hidden love story with tarot. So come on over and join on in if you want to get some tips and tricks and tools through the tarot for your own personal love connection. We're going to talk about that. And hey, happy to see everyone here. I love you guys so very much. And I will be, let's see, it's 7 minutes after 10. I should be over there. The show is already up and going. So after party show, woo, 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 we're going to do it. I love you too. I've been thinking about you all day. All right, till next time. Oh, let's see.